Hey guys, this is your boy Kalesh back with another video. This is our first podcast in our series of Is It Just? Now if you like this video, go down and...
We need 50 million likes! Smash that like button, get that camera over here! Hit the like button now! You have 2 seconds! We want 50 million likes! This is gonna be a banger of a video! Hit that like button now! Hit it now!
And we didn't capture it. No, we didn't capture it.
Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, homophobes, and others.
Today is our first podcast in the Is It Just series, where we take a look at some current issues which need to be addressed.
Such as the name of this series.
This is trash. Is it just? Like, are you kidding me?
Honestly, I'll tell you what's not just is the name of this series. But anyway, the topic for today is the horrible homophobia.
We have 3 guest speakers joining us today. Felicia Lovask, Boy George, and the almighty, legendary Krishna Gorapati. But first, for all those innocent people, what is homophobia? Andrew is going to explain.
Well, Kalesh, homophobia in its literal form is the fear of homosexuality. But its more common meaning in today's society is the tendency to discriminate against homosexuals simply because they aren't heterosexual or aren't straight, which in itself could be a discriminatory term. As for why people are homophobic, it normally stems from a fear of people who are different. An irrational fear, but an existent one nonetheless.
Yes, homophobia is a big issue today, which affects many of the population. I have a very passionate and relatable opinion on homophobia, and the notion that someone can receive grief from being homosexual is very concerning. Homophobia, although morally flawed and very discriminatory, commonly stems from both a religious and evolutionary standpoint.
Well, Kalesh, hopefully our first guest will bring us enlightenment about the life of homosexual people in Sydney. Please welcome Felicia Lovask.
Well, sadly Felicia is not able to be here because she's at a David Bowie impersonator concert for some reason, but she's coming to answer a few questions, so we'll just get right into that.
The tickets are sold out.
What?
The tickets are sold out.
Terrible. Hi Felicia.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, we'll just get right into the questions. When did you realize that you were homosexual?
Probably when I started going to uni when I was 18. A guy all asked me out and I was all like, ew, gross.
Okay. Then moving on. How did you tell your parents?
Well, if they're listening now, then I guess they know.
So, how many years did you keep it from them?
I don't know, like 4?
Is there anyone that you've come about your sexuality?
I told my best friends last year, and Beth's been acting kind of awkward, but she was pretty cool about it. Ryan seemed really upset though, and I can't figure out why. People have definitely treated me different, but I feel like I'm accepted. And I probably would have been treated more differently in another place or country, so I'm grateful that I grew up in Sydney.
Okay, thank you for your input, Felicia. Next up, an interview with a highly homophobic Indian man who hates gays almost as much as they hate him. But first, a message from our sponsor. Hold on.
Ever wished that driving was fun again, Want the wrist back in your automobiles? You need a hold on! For a more exciting driving experience, visit our website www.holdon.rip.au for more information on how we exploit legal loopholes to charge you more money for less seatbelts. But hold on, there's more. Take your car to any Hold On dealer and we'll remove your airbags for half price. So your car can go from this to this. Sale ends 1st of August 2017. Hold On is not to be held responsible for any death or injury occurred by lack of safety equipment. Well, that ad was very interesting. I'm joined here by Krishna Kodapati, a homophobic Indian man who would like to express his opinions on homosexuality.
Well,
Krishna?
personally, I think there is no bloody discussion that needs to be made. Homosexual people are bloody disgusting, Man and man, women and women. Is that all God made us? It is not correct. We need to slaughter all the homosexual people. We need death penalty. Chop off their heads now.
Well,
it is necessity.
I personally
Necessity.
think that's a little bit extreme, Krishna.
You think so?
I do actually, yes. Well, anyway, we're going to ask you a few questions, just a few short questions, and then we'll take no more of your time. You can continue campaigning against homosexual people and
That
make
I
them
will.
feel horrible for
They
feeling
should feel horrible.
love later. But so we'll just finish this nice and quick and you can get about your business. So, my first question for you is, what is your reasons for being homophobic? Where did it start? When did you become homophobic? And
Well,
why?
It all started back when in kindergarten. It was so far away. There were these two boys. They were so close. Every day they were doing. Oh, it was disgusting. Always. It's not very good. And they were so close, and it was absolutely terrible. From then on, I decided to campaign against it. This is why I have come on this, to tell you my opinions.
Well, I think that you might be getting romance mixed up with bromance there, my friend.
Romance is totally different to bromance. Bromance is gayness. It needs to be stopped. Homosexuality, terrible.
Bromance is gayness then.
Exactly. My point.
Well, this is an interesting perspective which I had not considered before. But any more discussion on this limited facet of the topic, I believe, would be unnecessary. So I'll move on to my next question. So when did you first openly speak out about how you were homophobic and your disapproval of homosexuality?
When I first got to high school, I thought I need to make a stand. People need to make good decisions in their life. I went on to the news and I told them that we cannot have this. We have to do something against this horrible practice. Yeah, and that's all. Yes.
So, how do people view you as a homophobic member of this society? What is people's reaction when they find out you're homophobic, and how has this changed life for you?
I may be just little biased, just little bit biased. But I think people view me as a god, They look up to my opinions, and it made me quite rich, which is why I'm, a bit,
Well, you've got balls if nothing else.
a bit, But anyway.
Well, I think that's all we've got time for. Next up, we shall have a celebrity guest, Boy George, give his take on homosexuality and his perspective growing up as a strong Catholic. Thank you for your time, Krishna, and I hope that you find happiness in life and that people don't bother you too much for your extremely controversial opinions.
Yeah, okay. I see.
Thankfully, we will have no ad break after this discussion, and we'll move on straight to the next interview.
Hi, boy George. It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Nice to meet you. Are you a fan?
Of course. But more importantly, I'd like to know about your history as a gay male. So, obviously, you grew up in a Catholic society, right? A strong Catholic society.
Yes, my family was very strong in the Catholic faith,
Yeah.
and that influenced me a lot. I mean, now I'm a Buddhist, so
So, when did you find out of your sexuality and accept it?
well, ever since I was born, I've always been a little different. Like, in my family, my dad didn't really let my mum dress up when she went out, and I kind of dressed up instead, and I've never been like the other kids in school, and I think I always knew to an extent, but I didn't have trouble accepting that because it was kind of always that way.
Was it against your religion? Did you feel that you were doing something wrong?
Sometimes at times, but not really. And my family took it rather well, which was good.
Yeah. When did you tell them? When did they find out?
I think I was about 14 years old. It's so long I honestly don't remember it well. But around that time is when I came out.
How did they
about
react
being
to it?
gay. And my father and my mother were surprisingly very cool about it. My siblings didn't have much to say either, so considering my Catholic family and upbringing, I thought that was a rather pleasing reaction.
Okay. So, what made you change to Buddhism, however? And has anything about your religion and your sexuality, has it impacted your life at all?
Well, being gay has probably impacted my life to a great extent because it inspired me to be different. I mean, I'll cover my religion first. As for that, well, I changed to Buddhism in 2014, and I just felt that the aspirations of the religion and the aims and goals of it to like find peace were more aligned with what I believed in. And like I like to say sometimes that I'm Catholic in my complications but Buddhist in my aspirations.
That's quite
So,
interesting.
So as for if being gay has impacted me, I had inspiration to be different, and I didn't actually come out to the public about being gay, however, until rather late in my career because I didn't feel comfortable telling a homophobic society that didn't at the time think that being gay was alright about my sexuality. But I like to think that I've changed the world and made them kind of accept that being different is more okay. So when I did come out to the public, it was not difficult for me.
Well, yeah, you obviously have a lot of fans. Have they ever given you hate?
Well, my fans normally like me because I'm different. So, their reactions to my being gay are, not very severe or hateful, considering that many of them are. And they listen to my music and they're fans of me because they're inspired by my difference. So, if anything, I'd say that me being gay has probably pleased my fans more than frustrated them. I mean, every now and then you get hate mail or nasty messages, but
Yeah.
they just don't know what they're talking about. So,
Well, on the topic of your music, how is your career going?
oh, it's going pretty well. I've got the band back together where Well, we're coming to Australia for a tour later this year.
Oh yeah.
You guys should all buy tickets. It's going to be really great. And then it wasn't easy to get the band back together, but I'm glad I did. And I just came off The Voice as well, so I'm doing a lot of stuff in Australia recently. I feel like The Voice really in the UK last year as well as in Australia this year, like reintroduced me to the world and to my fans to an extent. So that helped my career quite a lot, I think. So that's good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, good luck with your career. Good luck with your sexuality, and hope you don't get any more hate.
Yep.
Thank you for being on.
Thank you.
Well guys, I hope you've enjoyed our good vid. We've got a lot more videos coming out. I hope you learned a bit about the topic today. And I hope if you're homophobic, maybe you'll be thinking away. So guys, if you like the video, just remember, it's your choice. You can like the video and make something.
No, it's not! Smash that like button! This is not an optional activity. This is compulsory. You have 4 seconds. We're going to hit 50 million likes. If we do not, you will be punished. Smash that like button.